researching universal curriculum elements, it was initially all about the concept of collaboration. This idea of collaborative, rigorous learning seemed to be an orientation of learning where we're literally living and learning better together in groups and trying to understand and almost have standards, implied standards, and good definitions of components of that. For example, these core concepts of collaboration, of trust, support, ownership, synergy, and celebration, those came as these themes of a framework for good collaborative learning. Then after that, when I started working with the Weeble family, we were trying to sort of understand that a little bit better. And this concept of care kept coming up, where it's like, what is sort of the ethos, or when you have really good learning, it's not just collaboration. There are some greater values behind that. And so even just the word care, like feeling and showing curiosity and compassion, it's a very big deal in learning that we think is overlooked. We have social emotional learning programs, for example, PBIS, MTSS, all of these things that are trying to have good frameworks for teaching and learning. But the concept of care really does seem to be a through line of excellent learning in every way that we can imagine. And those pillars of curiosity and compassion, particularly, we call those the two pillars of care. And for that to then be learner centered so that we're empowering self-directedness and true life readiness, it's just something that traditional schools just don't have the capacity or the setup to do. But positioning care as a through line core concept of learning is really what it's all about.
And that really resonated with me as a mom and as a teacher as well. This concept of care, this curiosity and compassion is sort of like the missing component. Because as I saw with my own neurodivergent kids and many of my students, the social emotional learning is such a need. And yet, despite public schools' attempts to address it, depending on where you are in perhaps good or not so great approaches, it's simply not at the core. It's not at the core. And Jimmy and I really believe that that emotional intelligence is where everything flows from, that creativity, the intellectual growth, et cetera. And I feel that that is what we are really embodying at Care Academy. We're building from there for that self-directedness.
Thank you.